We are going to need some lamb meat, and this is the best meat that you can use for mansaf. Some rice. For this dish, I put about 7 or 8 cups of rice, and about I don't know, maybe 8 or 6 or 8 pounds of meat, of lamb meat. We're also going to need some onions to take some of the fat smell or taste out of the lamb meat when we cook it, and a few pieces of cardamom to spice up the lamb meat and the soup that is going to be with the soup that we're going to cook the meat with. Just a reminder that we don't want to make the pieces that are too small. The mansaf dish normally has bigger pieces. Okay, now we have the meat on the stove, and we put the heat on high. We need to get it to boil, and we need to watch it, and we can add some water into that. More water is better, especially if you want to have more soup to your dish. Okay, now going back to the rice. 8 cups, as I said, that should be enough for more than one big mansaf. And we need to wash the rice first. And some people like the rice to be white, and others like to have the rice to be yellow in the mansaf. And we can do that by adding curcum, or what's called turmeric, to get it carbonated. So here we can actually just pour the whole thing back into the pan, pour the whole thing back into the pot. Now you see the starch coming out. And we keep it boiling so you get more out. We mentioned that we're going to cut one piece of onion, and we get it ready and cut, ready to go to the meat after we clean it up. And we also have the cardamom. We need to get more cut ready. We have, for the finishing, we're going to use some parsley, and we also have slivered almond, and so we can sprinkle almond on top of that. And we have the jamid. This is liquid jamid. This is a soup starter. Normally we use the solid, like solid rock or dried yogurt, and we dissolve it, but you can find it in the market already liquid, that you can mix it up with the soup of the meat. And we also need khubz shrak, and you will see how we're going to use this later. Alright, we need to get everything ready as we cook the lamb meat, and waiting for it. As we cook the lamb meat, we need to wait for it until it's completely cooked, but we still can do other stuff. Okay, now the oil is hot, and what we are going to do, we're going to put the slivered almond in there. In fact, a lot of people like it, so the more the better, but we don't want to burn it, so have it in the make that ready. With the other stuff that we have here. So these, the parsley is already cut, and the almond is already fried. You're good to go. Now we're going to add the onions and cardamom. The onions and cardamom. We can add some salt, as you see, as much needed. Add some peppers. And cover it to boil again. Okay, now we are going to mix the soup starter. It comes in this box with two smaller boxes inside. What we need to do is to shake it really well, because I think the thick part will stay at the bottom of the box. See? So you need to get everything in there for the soup to taste the same way it should. As you can see, so the thick part still at the bottom. Now we're getting this almost fully cooked, and this is the soup starter. We are just warming it up, and we haven't started with the rice yet, because we want the rice to be done in the last, let's say, half an hour or so to keep it warm. Otherwise it will be cold rice, and that's not going to make it taste good. What we need to do, we need to take all the water in here and drain it out into the soup, and keep the meat at the bottom of this pan, of this pot. Okay, now we are going to put the soup starter on top of this pot, slowly and around, and so we'll mix the yogurt with the lamb meat and the soup, and see how that goes. We can also add some yogurt if you think this is not this is too light, the soup is too light. You can always add yogurt to that, which I probably am going to do. Okay, now I'm going to add some yogurt to make the soup a little thicker. This yogurt is plain yogurt. You can find it anywhere in any store, in any grocery store. In this case I have this yogurt. What we can do, we can mix it up first with some of the soup we have in here. So this can mix well. Okay, now we can put everything back here again and cover it to boil again. Okay, now I think the meat and the soup is ready. What are we going to do? We're going to add the turmeric to make it yellow, to have a yellow color to the soup, and we can move it to have like that. And now we're going to go ahead and do the rice. So the rice is going to be on hot. We already down. So here I mixed up the rice, and I just added water, about a layer of water on top, until the water reaches an inch thick above the rice, to make a layer about an inch thick. and then we need to add the salt. As needed, and also I'm going to add some little oil, any kind of vegetable oil would work, and some coloring. We mix it up for the color reason, and that's the only time we mix it up. Then we just leave it alone, right? We get it to, we get the whole pot to boil, to boiling point. Once it boils, we turn it down to medium until the rice is all done. And we're just gonna leave it like that. Normally after the mansaf, what do we serve? We serve tea. This is what we serve. So tea, what we serve right after mansaf. That's the only thing that you have to serve right after mansaf, and it should be ready right after we take the place off. The cooking is almost done in the meat part, and we're going to turn it off and leave it to simmer a little bit to keep it warm. And as you see, the rice, I'm not going to play with it. Just gonna leave it there. Now the meat is done and it's already hot. We're going to put this soup, take it out into another pot, and be careful when it's hot. You need, so I'm going to try to pour it down there. Like that. Okay, as you see, we have some onion in here. We take everything out. So this should be ready to serve. I'm going to leave it here with low heat to keep it warm, and put this one back. We need to clean it up. Okay, we need to get the setup ready, and that's what we do. We get this kind of bread. It's shirak bread, which is a very thin layer of the bread that we add underneath the rice. So that is what we do first. We cut it into half and have it surrounding the dish like this. This one should have, and this one cover the bottom. Okay. Now we need to, before we go on, we need to add some soup to this one. In order to make it smoother or softer. And not a lot, just just to make things soft. And we bring the rice. Okay, the rice looks good, so let me see. Okay, now we take the meat. So now we take the meat out of the cooking pot. Try to dry it out and here and organize it in a way. This way. Alright, now this is almost ready. Okay, so this is almost ready. What we need to do now to decorate it, we have the parsley. The nuts, the slivered almonds. And we are ready to serve. There's a soup which we call it shoraba or gifra that comes with the mansaf, and that we need to first put around like that.
زي المرق.
زي المرقة ها مرقة هاي بس مرقة منسف.
Okay.
So it's especially for mansaf made out of dry yogurt or jamid and regular yogurt.
شكله طيب.
No, some people serve some, tomato and cucumber with the mansaf. To me, the mansaf is by itself. You don't serve anything with it. And we can say Bismillah and start eating. The way we eat, you can just sit down this way and use your 3 fingers or perhaps 3 or 4 fingers and mix up with the rice and the soup and the meat, the lamb meat, and start eating. It can get messy, but that's okay. يلا بسم الله أنت تفضل اصبر راحتك. Mix up the food like that, and you can cut a piece of meat and mix it up with the food to make it like a little ball. And
إيش هو الحلا؟ إيش هو الحلا؟ معمول صدق.